talk about social media strategy. Sergeant Reyes has been with the department for 21 years. He's a photographer, videographer, and editor, and Officer Perez has been with the department for 9 years. He enjoys long walks on the beach, and he's happy to be here in Long Beach. Gentlemen, take it away.
Ladies and gentlemen, you heard Boston. You heard the UK. Please give a warm welcome for our Cuban accents. Because I like the little Frank and his Sergeant Phil.
Morning, guys.
Morning.
That's Nick. We're going to just call attention. We have our commander and our major there, Commander Ramos and Major Farmer. They run they're over our unit, the social media unit, the Miami Police Department. It's going to feel a little awkward because when we first started, we sold it to them as we were experts in our unit. So, sorry about that. But we started the unit actually, Nick and I were really never PIOs. We were never PIOs, we were never social media, anything. He was in the tactical robbery unit. I was detached to human trafficking task force. But he's into video. I'm a photographer. We love social media and our personal lives. And one of the things I did was I followed bloggers. Everybody know what bloggers are? Video blogs on YouTube. So got with Nick and said, hey, you know what would be great? Starting a blog for the Miami Police Department. We can start a blog. We can talk to people and tell them what police work is really about. He loves the idea. He says it's never going to happen. The chief would never go for it. So we enlisted Commander Ramos over there, who's our buddy, and we pitched him the idea. He pitched to the chief, and the chief loved it. He loved the idea. He said, as a matter of fact, not only the blog on YouTube, let's ramp up our social media efforts. Let's start a social media unit. We're going to hire a social media specialist, and let's ramp it up because our PIOs, we're just handling a little bit of the Twitter account. So we got up and running. We started December of 2015 is when the unit actually started. We actually started posting around the beginning of 2016. One thing that we learned really quick is that we needed a strategy. We needed a strategy to be able to be effective on social media. We looked to other departments in South Florida, and it was difficult. Nobody really had a dedicated unit for it. It wasn't really structured. PIOs were handling it. They were handling it different. There was nothing really structured. So we needed a strategy. And so what we're going to present to you today is just how we do business, okay? How we practice social media and what's worked for us thus far. Basically, a social media strategy is a coordinated effort to accomplish your organization's goals and objectives. Okay, that's simple. That's what kind of organization. That means that all our content has to meet those objectives, has to meet the guidelines by plans that drive towards the organization. So everything that we post. We looked at our organization goals and we saw what's important: community policing, building partnerships, recommend solutions to problems, promise innovative approaches, and value our cultural unity and differences. So you've heard that here already today. Those are the beginning. That's what we really have to structure all our policy and our strategy around. But we wanted to take it a little bit further. We said, you know what, we need to break the mold. We don't want to, Nick and I said, we don't really want to sound like the old boring government videos or message. We want to break the mold a little bit. So we looked outside of law enforcement for inspiration. What are the different brands out there doing? How are they branding themselves? How are they getting their message across? How are comedians doing it? How are entertainers doing it? We looked outside of law enforcement for that. So we're going to look at Miami Police Department as a brand. Okay, our patch, we talked about branding earlier, the chief mentioned it. We want to look at it as a brand, so we want to market that brand. Building relationships, that's something that we definitely wanted to do, okay? So in order to do that, we have to present ourselves as people, not just Miami Police Department with no face or anything. So that's where Nick came in. We decided, and we had to tell the chief on this and the staff that Nick was not going to wear a uniform, regular police uniform. This is what he wears, model police. So it's just a simple polo. If you look at his shirt, it says It says Nick. It doesn't say Officer Perez. It just says Nick. We want people to refer to him as Nick. And he's become that. You know, people love him. They follow him. When they send us a message, the rest of us don't count. The social media unit is 3 of us. Us 2, and we have a social media specialist who's a civilian. She couldn't make it with us. But when they message us, they're messaging Nick. The rest of us doesn't matter. And that's what we wanted, right? And finally, there's a conversation out there. This is the biggest one that we sold to the chief. People are talking about us, about our brand. So we had to go out there and join that conversation. As an example, this one was something that we had to deal with. The blue things, all that, one second. Alright, so no audio with that one.
It's a Beyonce song, and I think it says,
So, this is
I don't know
something
that
that
song, there's another presentation, sorry.
our police union went out there and said that we were not going to cover the Beyonce concert because she spoke bad about police officers. And everywhere you see headline, it's a Miami Police Union, but Miami Police on there. We got killed on social media about this. Okay? So there was a big conversation going on about it. We had to say something, and we couldn't stay quiet. So this was at the beginning. We still hadn't really got into social media, and we got killed because we didn't say anything. We stayed quiet. By the time we said something, it already had made headlines all around the world. So this is something that we definitely wanted to deal with. Alright, so how do we come? So that's the strategy, the first idea that we came up with. This is what we really wanted to do. So this is an example of how that manifests itself. I'll give you one of our little videos. This is we did a campaign called Social Media 101, and it's for parents to understand how these platforms work and how their kids are using it. So just to give you an example of how we put that into play.
Hey, what do you mean? Can I have a kiss it? I think we just Snapchatted. So Social Media 101 for parents, and as you guessed it, we're covering Snapchat. So what is Snapchat? Snapchat is a mobile messaging app used to share videos, photos, text, and chatting. You might hear your children refer to them as snaps.
Alright, so it goes on and explains everything about Snapchat, the dangers, we get the dangers. But the intro, we wanted to, where we come in and say we want to break the mold. We don't want to do the old boring videos. We want to, make it fun, make it exciting, lure these people in, and then they get the message. Alright, so step 1 to create the strategy, okay, is we have to establish objectives, okay. We got the goals from our goal that we came up at the beginning, but we want objectives. So how does an objective work for us? We said, okay, for instance, we want to value our cultural unity and our differences. So that's our goal. The objective is, we're gonna, for Instagram, we will share photos that communicate how our officers are culturally diverse as our residents. But we're not gonna say that. We're not gonna go out there and say, look at our officers. So we're gonna use every chance we get. Nick doesn't like the word that I use, but subliminally or subconsciously, we wanna send that message out. There was a hashtag recently where it said a day without a woman, and that was trending on Twitter, everywhere. So we used this and we said, our women in law enforcement are crucial to our success. They produce and they protect and serve each and every day. Hashtag a day without a woman is not an option. Okay, so this is how we put an objective, manifest the objective. We promise innovative approaches. That's the goal, objective. On Facebook, we'll use Facebook Live to inform our residents and visit of events and provide the safety tips. Okay? And I'll give you an example of what we do is every Friday, we do what's called MPD Happy Hour. Around 4 p.m., we go Facebook Live from somewhere around the city. Especially if there's an event going on that day or the weekend, we highlight it. We bring in people from that event and we just talk about it. We tell them how to get there, traffic, where to park, don't leave your cars unlocked, don't leave valuables. We give them all the safety tips. We try to make it a little bit fun. So this is one that we did for Calle
Calle is a big street festival in Miami. It's one of the largest in the nation. A lot of Spanish music, Spanish food. It's a good party. It's like 11 or 12 stages, so it's pretty good stuff.
This is we do a little advertisement first.
That's our social media specialist t-shirt. You got it.
This weekend, Sunday, the world, the nation's biggest block party. That's it for now, the nation. Teacher, you want to run down some of the information regarding Calle, the plan coming to Calle? We always tell you the plan ahead, there's going to be a lot of people coming. I know that there will be street closures. I'm going to let you take it away with the street closures.
Alright, so starting at 11:30 on Saturday, we will have street closures from Southwest 8th Street all the way to Southwest 27th Ave. Also, the official event starts at 12 p.m. and ends at 7.
We're running a very safe event. City of Miami Police is doing an amazing job over here. People come here to have fun, safe fun, and it's all fun. And let's enjoy Calle and have a blast. Understand there will be hundreds of officers at this event, uniformed officers all around. So if you do have a problem, do have an issue, just flag one of the officers down, or if you can't find an officer, call 911. There's going to be plenty of fire rescue and officers throughout. There's officers being called.
All right, so basically that's what we do. It goes on, we repeat it multiple times. We do about 20 minutes, sometimes go 30 minutes, depending how many people we have there. That one we continue. We had Miss Carnaval, which was the beauty queen for that festival. She came and joined us and told us what was going on. So we engage people, are asking questions. Tisha, our social media specialist, she's monitoring and we're responding to questions. People want shout out, we give them shout outs. So it's very interactive with the followers that are on there. So basically that's how we get our objectives out there. We create from the goals, objectives, we put them out. Step 2 is figuring out what platforms we were going to use. Okay. At the time we took over the social media, there was only Facebook and Twitter that was being used by the department. So we went on and said, okay, what other platforms can we use? So considerations, what's the audience? Okay, is it a college town that you have to create content for college students? Is it a tourist town like Miami Beach, our neighboring city? They have a lot of tourists. So what's the audience that you're going to be targeting? How much time do you have to dedicate this? Are you by yourself? We are a team, so we able to dedicate all our time to it. That's all we do, is social media and create content. Type of content you're going to be creating. Are you going to be able to do videos? Is it only photos? Is it narratives? So that's take consideration. And resources available. Okay? We got lucky, we both shoot video, we both edit, we do everything. So from the beginning of the idea to the execution of the video, we do it all. We don't take it to a production team or a video team, we do it all ourselves. So, Facebook. An example of how we use Facebook, we post about 2 to 3 times a week. We don't do any more than that. And I'll go a little bit into why is that, but just to give you another example of video.
You talk me into this one.
So this video was for
662 children have died since 1998. 24 in 2015, 16 already this year. And can you guess what the cause of death was? Being left in a hot car. So let's do a little experiment. Right now it's about 90 plus degrees outside. In here we've been running the AC for about a half an hour. It's brought the temperature in the car down about to 80 degrees. We're going to turn the car off and see how quickly it heats up in here. Time now is 3:17, and I'm going to take my body temperature. Alright, 97.8 degrees. About 15 minutes have passed. Coming up on 100 degrees. Let's talk about your body and what happens to it when it becomes exposed to high temperatures. Medically, it's heat stroke. Heat stroke is defined when your body goes over 104 degrees Fahrenheit. So once the body starts reaching over 107 degrees, it starts to shut down. You start to get dizzy, you start to get
confused, you can have a seizure, be disoriented, and this prevents you from knowing to save your own self. Now imagine that being a child. Now a child's body cannot regulate body temperature as well as an adult, so it heats up 3 to 5 times faster. So this goes without saying, don't leave your child unattended in the car. Not even for a minute.
Hey, what the AC on?
No. What if the child turns off the AC? What if the child turns off the car? What if the child turns the heater on? What if the car has a malfunction and shuts off? It's better to be safe than sorry. Even if your car's parked at home, there's still danger. Make sure it's locked, keep right to play hide and seek. Alright, it's 3:48 and we're approaching 120 degrees. Woo.
Yeah, so basically that's how we use Facebook. We do a lot of public service announcements on Facebook, all our videos. We don't really use Facebook too much for news breaks, unless it's something that's major. We keep that to Twitter, but that's how we use Facebook most of the time. That and Facebook Live. Instagram. We started our Instagram account, and basically, Instagram is our lighter side. We put a lot of photos, we joke around, we do little contests on there, and we highlight our YouTube blog. We'll go into YouTube and what the blog is, but we use it to highlight a lot of the YouTube blog. This is an example of a little trailer. Every week, we have an episode on the YouTube of the blog, and we use Instagram basically to highlight that it's up. So we put one of those every time the blog is up. We also use Instagram to highlight our officers. We have a band called M Blue Band. So we also, stuff like that, we're gonna highlight. So that band is made up of different departments. We'll highlight that. So that's basically how we use Instagram. Very more relaxed, unless it's something major. If it's a crisis, we use all our platforms. But we like to tailor our content according to each platform. Twitter, it's our news feed. Okay? We use it mainly as our news feed. Breaking news. Okay? We had the Fidel Castro when he died. We had an impromptu get together. You might call it in the middle of the street with pots and pans. Celebration. Say it like it is. It's a celebration. So we put that out there. We'll highlight if we mess up. We're gonna beat the news to it. We have to arrest one of our own officers. We broke that news. Right? It becomes a non-issue. If the media cannot break the news, they don't really care too much about it. So we try to beat the media to it. We highlight other departments, other efforts. Then we went with FHP. One of our FHP officers was injured. His son was playing basketball, so we went along with FHP. That's Florida Highway Patrol. At his basketball game, we stood there. We'll post up for like Valentine's. You can be naughty today, just don't wind up in the wrong handcuffs. All right, right there. So pink handcuffs out there. We had the protests where we have marchers. We get our helicopter guys to send us video, and we'll put it out there and just keep everybody up to date on what's going on, play by play. If we need help finding somebody, we'll use it. This guy, please give us a call. We'll put the video. Those do very well. People share them a lot. And then we'll do little PSAs also. About driving in the rain, using your blinkers, stop signs, whatever it is, handicap permits. We'll put little quick videos. A lot of writing. We'll use titles. People at work or on Twitter, they just like to read. So titles are always good. We implement those a lot. And finally, YouTube. So YouTube, it was our baby. That's the one that we're really, really proud of, because we were the first department to have a police blog on YouTube. It's
In the world.
In the world?
Yes.
Okay, the world. As a police department, there are police officers out there that blog on their own, but as a department, we do weekly episodes. We highlight everything about police work and about our department. We give them an insight of things they might not know. The episodes run 15 to 30 minutes, depending.
Yeah, 15 to 30 minutes generally, and it's relevant content. We try to give them the day, what's going on. If something happened during the week, we'll address that in the blog. So it's very current. The blog is very current thing. It's not scripted as you're going to see.
Our age demographics is real young on YouTube versus like Facebook and older age demographics. So on YouTube we have a younger age demographics. We have followers from all over the world. We're about 80,000 subs right now on YouTube. And it keeps growing. You know, when we drop a good video, we might grow 400 or 500 subscribers a day. Sometimes right now, about 200 subscribers a day. It's doing really well. Here's a little trailer just to give you an idea of what it is.
It's vlog day? It's not vlog day. Let's say it's vlog day. It's vlog day. Hello to all our new subscribers. We got almost double the number of subscribers over the weekend. So in order to dispatch, you must first wear this patch, and this is a patch of the United Police Academy. We're going to meet up with the Marine Patrol unit now, so we can go through a little bit of their equipment and what they do on a daily basis. Take a video of yourself asking the question and put it in the DM. So, Officer Girls, what's the next? Okay, so we just saw your uniform. You guys don't have a gun?
No.
So you're not sworn police officers?
No.
Unfortunately, we had an incident in Orlando with a lot of officers have accidents. A lot of officers have other countries. So where are you from? Where are you going to be from? There you go.
Early sergeant, which is the sergeant that comes before the shift, usually comes in an hour before, and we tour the roster. So we count for all the troops that we have out there, and each individual will have to have a certain amount of staffing, which is a certain amount of people per area.
Okay. All right. I know what this is. Say no more. That's the flux capacitor. See Back to the Future. Let's move on. This is the flux capacitor. Maybe that's not the flux capacitor. This is a DeLorean. This is engine 9 right here. Hey guys. What's up? You guys know what day it is? Like, share, subscribe.
That little Lego, our little kids send it to them. These kids, you know, they love Nick. They love to see his videos. We make it fun. we put music, we put action, and we throw in the message in there. You know, we lure them in with the action and the fun, and we send them, we put the message. Little kids send them that little Lego, so this is you. So, you know, we put a little stop motion together for him, and we started the blog with that. He loved it.
Yeah, and the Lego movie Lego Batman had just opened, so again, Lego relevant, and everything is relevant. As you saw in the trailer, I discussed we had the Orlando shooting that happened that week. Took time out on the blog and talked to them what to do if they were caught as a victim in an active shooter situation. So not only are we out there, you know, seeing me joking around with the officers, but we're trying to deliver that message, whatever we're trying to get across. It comes out as a genuine. I like to goof with the officers and break that. You know, right away they get nervous, they get into their F5 stance, and then you know I crack a couple jokes, and then they're good to go. So you know that was just a little preview of the vlog. I hope everyone goes and subscribes. I'm gonna plug it right now. YouTube, Miami Police Vlog, you search it.
YouTube. The good thing about YouTube, and it's something that maybe our major and our commander can help us with, but you can monetize YouTube. It's hard as a government agency to do it. We're trying to see how can we do that, but you can actually monetize YouTube, and if you get enough hits and subscribers, you can make money off that channel, and that can go towards budgets, running the unit itself. It's the only platform right now that you can monetize. All right, all these platforms, what's important to really get what we learned is the frequency. You gotta be active on there. You have to, these kids, especially on YouTube, they're sending us questions 24 hours a day, okay? And we make sure that someone has to answer those questions soon. And they'll ask all kinds of crazy stuff, but we try to answer the best that we can. We do it on Facebook, we do it on all of them. So the frequency, for each, I said, Facebook, we post 2 to 3 times a week. Instagram, we try to do 1 to 2 a day. Twitter, as many as we can. And YouTube, we do 1 episode a week. Content rank in each of the platforms. Facebook loves Facebook Live. That's their big thing right now. So if you can get it out on Facebook Live, do it. You're gonna get the most exposure. Okay, Facebook is trying to push Facebook Live a lot. They'll give it the priority. Video comes second, photos third, narratives and links come last. Engagement, okay? How does Facebook, Twitter, and all of them, YouTube, Instagram, how do they push your product out there, your message? Is by engagement. If people comment, like, share it, click on it, okay? They're gonna share it even more. That's how you go viral, that's how you get the most views for it. So you have to help that engagement. You gotta ask questions, you have to prompt them to put a comment. We create little contests where they can guess something. We give them a shirt. So engagement is huge, and we want that audience. We want to get that message out. And finally, the hardest one is algorithms. Okay, especially on Facebook, algorithms. It's what Facebook uses to push your product, your message, and your videos and your content out there. So you really have to understand how algorithms work. Posting a lot doesn't mean you're gonna get the most exposure, okay? It actually might hurt you. Like on Facebook, if you post 20 times a day, 10 times a day, Facebook is gonna pull your content down, okay? They decided that your followers don't wanna see that much from you. So it might hurt you instead of helping you. So you really gotta understand algorithms. Everybody understands how algorithms work. I can explain it really quick. If you don't, you gotta ask questions after. But that's super important, all right? Sometimes we'll put up a video, we're like, man, it flopped, what happened? And then we'll study and we'll see that we violated some of the algorithm rules. We'll figure it out. We put a link to an outside source. You know, we used to link our YouTube channel. Kills it. Facebook doesn't want you leaving Facebook. They want to make money on there.
Think of it as bringing McDonald's into Burger King. They don't like that, and they frown upon it, so then they kind of kill your content.
So they don't like links to other platforms. Instagram, yeah, because that's theirs. So algorithms are super important. So content is everything. How do we create the content? It's basically the execution of the strategy. We come up with an idea, and if you don't present that content in a way that people can accept it, people are going to love it, you lose the message. People won't get the message. Content must be valuable, okay? We try the best we can to always give something of value to our followers. If we're going to highlight something we did, Well, some officer did, we'll thank the officer, we'll thank the organization. We try to just and find something of value in there, a resource that people can use or something. Avoid directly self-promoting. We try to do that. We say, oh, look how great we are, look at us, we did this again. No, we give them something, let them take away from how great we are from the product that we're putting out there. Give your brand a story people can relate to, okay? You heard from the UK. If people can emotionally get attached to your message or to the content, they're gonna love it, they're gonna share it, okay? One conference we went to, Bangor Police Department. You guys don't follow Bangor Police. The sergeant that runs it, he's great. And all he does is write. He's a writer. And he writes funny stuff, emotional stuff. He has over 200,000 followers on his Facebook page, and he's great. But why? Because he's emotional. He puts himself out there. And people buy into it, and they love the message that he sends. The creative process, okay, this is important. A lot of departments, we learned at the beginning, they had the social media efforts, PIO, and then they had a TV production team. And the complaint we got from them was, well, we have great ideas, but we can't get our TV production or our video guys to execute that idea. So that process really has to be together. That process has to come together from the brainstorming to the actual execution. We're all together. So all three of us, our commander joins us sometimes. We get people, officers that come into the office, hey, I got an idea for you. We have subscribers that send us idea, and we'll brainstorm it with them, and we'll execute the idea. But we have the idea, we go and shoot it ourselves. We edit it ourselves. All those little parts of that creative process has to come together in that way. Because when you shoot, when you edit, you put some more creativity into there. It'll get lost if they don't understand it, whoever's shooting your videos. And finally, organic versus productions. You see a lot of videos like the officer that was talking about the blinkers. That's an organic video. He decided he was going to shoot on his phone. Okay. We show you here some others, productions. Productions work if you do it well, but organic is always going to trump. Okay. It's always going to trump production.
And just to touch on that, there was a question about Facebook Live and quality. Like you're saying, organic versus production. You don't really need that HD. If the story's there, then the video should be fine.
And you can shoot it on a cell phone. If the story's great, the message is great, it doesn't matter how it looks. People really don't care too much about that. As an example, I'll show you the little video that we put up, which is just this guy sticking the iPhone. Okay, we dropped this one on Facebook because we knew it was gonna strike a chord with people. So it had 276,000 views. Okay, last time we checked with 629,000 reach. Right, those organic little videos is horrible. This was a horrible video from our surveillance from the thing, and filmed on a phone from the screen. So it was really bad, but it struck a chord with people. We have 12 commandments. We're really strict about this, okay, on creating content. Be true to the brand, always. Right? We don't put anything out there that might violate what the department stands for, okay? We offer value. Everything we do, we want to offer value always. Use eye-catching visuals, right? We use, you saw drone shots from the helicopter, the boat out in the water, night shots, a lot of visuals, photos. We won't tweet or post anything out unless it has a little infographic with it or a photo, right? So visual, people are very visual. Keep it short, okay? This is really important. People don't have time. A lot of time, if you look at the insights on our, let's say, Facebook, we have the most views and our engagement between 9 and 5 p.m., 9 a.m. and 5 p.m. when people are working. Okay? So I don't have time to sit there and watch a long video. They're doing it between the boss walking in and lunchtime. Okay? So we try to keep it short. Search of a sense of urgency. If something's happening now, you gotta be relative with it. You have to jump on it right away. If you wait 2 or 3 days, it's gone. Social media is about the now. Be consistent. Okay, we try to keep always the same format. We try to keep, we start innovating, like we just introduced 360 video. We did our first 360 video last week and put it on Facebook. right? But be consistent as far as the message that we get out there and the value we give. Call to actions, right? When we post those videos, you've seen this guy. We have one where a kid needed a bone marrow transplant. Call to action, guys, we need your help. You know, go fund me, go do this, so we'll do those. Be relevant to the audience. That goes again. We're not gonna go on Instagram and post content that we know is not relevant to that demographics we have on there. So we tailor our content to each platform a little bit different. Time it right, same thing to the urgency basically. Be entertaining. We got Nick for that, he's great at it. Be educational, we always try to give something, you know, teach them something, but not push it. So how does this translate? So I was home one day, and I see this thing about Pokemon Go. It had just come out. I call my son, hey, you know anything? He goes, yeah, I've been playing for a couple of days now, it's new. Call me, we gotta do something about Pokemon. This is, you know, it's blowing up. We gotta do something quick. And we already had one report of somebody being robbed or something while playing. So we did a little video.
Welcome back to another social media one-on-one installment. We normally like to cover social media platforms, but today we're going to be covering something different. It's an augmented reality gaming app called Pokemon Go. So what is it? It's a gaming app based on the original handheld game Pokemon, but with a new spin. The goal of the game is to catch as many Pokemon as you can. Now, in the original Pokemon video game, you caught all your Pokemon in a virtual world. But in Pokemon Go, you have to catch it in the real world. Now, to catch your Pokemon, you have to go out and actually walk around town. To locate them, you use the game's GPS mapping system to find them. Now be very quiet. There he is, right there. Now, to catch them, all you gotta do is simply swipe up and throw your Pokeball at them. Yeehaw! Now, besides catching your Pokemon, there's also something called Pokestops, and I think we just found one right over here. So Pokestops are basically locations in the real world marked in the in-game app. You can go to these and nab items such as Pokeballs or eggs. Eggs later on in the game hatch into full-grown Pokemon. So as we can see, there's confetti around the Pokestop, and what that is, it's called a lure. That lures other Pokemon in or around the area and lets you catch them. Alright, let's catch this Pokemon and move on. Gotcha. There's a lot more in the game, but that's just some of the basics. What we want to discuss is some of the dangers associated with the game if you don't follow the Pokemon Go safe play guidelines. Alright, so let's talk about age requirements. The minimum age you have to be over an account is 13.
So basically, we tell the parents how the game works. A lot didn't know it was new, and then we give them some of the safety. Be careful, you know, they run into the traffic. If there's a body of water, there's water types. They might go near the water, fall into a pool, into a river. So you were relevant. That one did pretty well. It did like over 3 million views. It went viral right away. All the media channels picked it up. And finally, in the strategy plan is you have to measure your results. Okay, you have to go into those analytics and you to really see what's going on so you can assess what it is. So this was for Facebook, and this was for, let me see, March 2nd to March 29th. So we had 283,000 post engagements. We reached 1.5 million people. We had 609 million video views. And so we see how, if it goes down, what is it? What are we doing? What our content maybe wasn't what they were expecting. YouTube, right? We started our analytics. This was important. If you see, it says average view duration. We know that our videos run between, like we said, 18 to anywhere 30 minutes. But we're keeping the viewers only for 8 minutes on an average, 8 minutes and 17 seconds. So midway through the video, they're gone. Right? They don't finish. Why? Why is that? Why are we losing? That's something that we start analyzing. We said, you know what? Maybe we need to put something in between. All right? A little bit more action to lure them in again. Because we start with action and we start getting the message. Maybe it gets a little too boring. They lose interest. So maybe midway point we have to ramp up the action a little bit more. Maybe some visuals, some music, and that's something that we're going to try. So definitely we study these often. Our social media specialists on top of these, he's constantly crunching numbers and letting us know, okay, we did good, we did great, this video did awesome, why? And when it works, we see why it worked.
Can I mention that on YouTube, they go there and watch videos, so that keep it short, you get to extend that a little bit on YouTube because people generally go to YouTube to watch a video, so they understand there's a 15-minute. So the kids even request, hey, we need more 30-minute vlogs, so they're into it. I don't know if he's talking about that 8-minute mark. I know they're there way longer, but no, they're into it. They're there. They enjoy the long one, and then they get on there and comment, and we engage. That's the biggest thing, is engagement.
And a lot of our views, about 50% of our views right away come from subscribers. Another 50% come from people just searching stuff. All right, searching stuff. So that's another thing we need to figure out. When they search and they find us, how do we keep them there? How do we get them to hit that subscribe button? But analytics, you really need the analytics for that. And that's about it. We keep our strategy very simple, and it's working for us thus far. We started on Facebook. When we took over Facebook, it had like 3,000, 4,000 likes. We're somewhere around close to 78,000, something like that now, in about a year and a couple months.
71.
And YouTube, like I said, it's doing pretty good. So that's our strategy. Any questions? You guys have any questions as far as how we do or suggestions?
Got two. You already started. Go ahead. Pick one. Go ahead. Scream it out. Yes, there you go.
What kind of equipment or editing software are you guys using?
Any of us can ask that. So. He's good. I know someone's always asked that. We keep it simple. We really do. We're not professional videographers. We don't use the big cameras. We try to keep it really simple. We use, most of the times, show them your Canon G7X.
Right here.
No point in shoot.
Right now.
He vlogs with that camera. It's a really, really good little camera. So a lot of the vlog footage that you saw comes from that. Our social media specialist, I got her a Sony RX100 Mark IV. It shoots 4K video, great photos. So she does her little videos at events. We'll cover events and she'll do the videos with that. And then for our more production stuff that you saw, we use the Lumix GH4, right? From Panasonic. Single roll mic, shotgun mic on top. We use lavaliers also, and lighting. That's it. We edit on our MacBook Pros, and we use Final Cut Pro. Is the software that we use.
Can you tell me what we started out on? I'm going to feed you that one.
We started with our cell phones. Okay, the first few months we had equipment. We shot on our iPhones, basically. We did a lot of our videos at the beginning on iPhones. It's great quality, just 4K video. We still do. A lot of footage, we'll just do it on the iPhones. We're vlogging. He's vlogging now. This whole trip for the next vlog. And we shot a lot yesterday at the laundromat. We had a little accident with the iPhone. So, anything else on the equipment?
Yeah, he was next.
Well, you kind of asked the same question, but now I'll take it one step further. What's your budget, and how many dedicated staff are in to the program?
We have zero budget.
Zero.
They didn't approve our budget this year. They give us some money at the beginning to buy equipment. So, in equipment, laptop, we have 3 social media units, and then we have a gentleman that is a videographer and editor also, but we have him dealing mostly with PIO. He works with the PIO, does the events, but we equipped him also. So in reality, 4 for equipment-wise. Between cameras, laptops, and everything else, we spend probably somewhere around the $20,000 mark, something like that.
So we have 2 sworn. Me, the police officer, we have a sergeant, and Tisha, who was on Facebook Live. She's our social media specialist. She's still doing it.
Is your videographer on staff with the police department or contract?
We're the videographers.
You said you have somebody working.
He's staff. Yeah.
Music, really good passion music. What are the issues, obviously, with copyright and that side of it?
Yeah, definitely no copyrighted music. YouTube has a lot of resources. YouTube itself has a creators section to it that provides a lot of free music. All you have to do is give the person credit, so there's a lot of good music there. There's a lot of YouTube channels. Search no copyrighted music, and there's a lot of people out there that as long as you give them credit, so in our blogs, in the description, we'll put the link to them. Okay, and they love it. They're like, hey, thanks a lot, shout out. Once in a while, we'll put in music that is copyrighted, like a little short verse of it, and we'll pick up a copyright violation, but it's nothing major. What they do is basically they'll make money off our video, whoever created the song, like the Running Man Challenge. okay, that they're gonna make money of our video.
That's some things that happen. You'll get an uncopyrighted song, and then maybe later on in the year, they might get copyrighted. Somebody picks them up, like, hey, we want to use your song, and now it's a copyright. So there'll be videos we go back, and we'll see that now has a copyright violation, which is really that the person who created the song is now making money off of our video. They get a small percentage.
That's only happened like 3 times, I think, in other other blogs. So we use non-copyrighted music. There's a lot in there.
And YouTube is ongoing. You put a video up, and we're still getting hits on videos that we did a year ago. So we're a year old on YouTube, and it's an ongoing thing. So it's different from Facebook and Instagram. It's more like once you post it in a week, it's kind of gone.
And the shelf life is.
Yeah, the shelf life is a little bit longer on YouTube.
Do you do everything in English?
I'm sorry?
Everything in English.
Yeah, we do Spanish also. We did
the boogeyman, the cops.
Right, yeah, like we did with our chief wanted one of his pet peeves, like probably a lot of people's pet peeve is don't tell kids that the police are going to take you to jail if you behave bad. So we did a bit of that. We did it in both Spanish and English. So we brought in one of our PLs who speaks good Spanish. Nick did the English part, he did, but it was back and forth. Like the message just kept going, like almost like a Spanglish kind of thing. And we gave the message out there in Spanish. So yeah, we'll use it. We want to start using Creole also. We have a little Haiti, one of our communities. So we're creating some content that's specific to that neighborhood, the problem that they're facing, and we want to do it in Creole. We get a lot of heat about not putting subtitles for the hearing impaired. We don't have the software for it. We're trying to figure out what software everybody knows, please suggest one. But we get a lot of heat about that. They want to see these informative videos and safety stuff. They want to read about it. And it's hard to go there and transcribe everything word by word. Something else?
I think you guys do a great job, but as far as measuring results, have you actually seen as far as recruiting? Have you seen recruiting?
Oh, yes.
Yeah, we did a recruitment video. See if you can find it.
We actually opened up for recruiting, and we geared all of our platforms some way or another. Like we did a vlog on the academy. We did a vlog on how to actually go through the hiring process. Last year we did a recruitment video, and it did phenomenal. This year we opened up the recruitment and selection. They contacted us, and they did basically all their advertising through social media. And within, was it 5 days?
They had a budget of about $20,000.
Yes.
What they used in the back, another recruitment, $20,000 to advertise on radio, do all kinds of different things. We told them, you don't need that much. Give it to us and give me $2,000. We do everything organically. Okay, you can pay on Facebook. You can pay and boost your posts. We don't. The first one we ever boosted was the recruitment video because we had the money and said let's try it anyways. But our organic reach actually outweighed the paid boost reach. Here's a video. Let me play it real quick for you. And so 20,000, we ended up using $2,000 only, and it was for 2 weeks. That's the Instagram. It was for 2 weeks. They closed it out in like 4 days, so it was very effective.
Am I supposed to say how are we on time?
We're done?
Yeah, she says
okay. So we'll play the video some other time. Okay.
That's
See, it works. Recruitment works.
So we'll save that video as a little teaser for later in the day.
Okay.
Thank you, gentlemen, from my